Okay, people, party people in the place to be. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the party. So what's going on, man? Let me see. Just so we can get some feedback, I just want to make sure that y'all can hear us out there. Somebody let me know.
Yeah, mic check one. Mic check 1 1 2. What is this?
We good? Okay, who we got out here? We got Phyllis. Shout out to Phyllis.
What's up,
Go Gwen.
Gwen, big money Gwen.
Oh, that's right. The Leon. Who else we got? We got Val.
Leon.
What's going on? Who this? Lotus. Kashif. Vegas in the building. All right. Wait a minute. There go my main man. Rufus in the house. Rufus, I'm gonna share something from you tonight, Rufus. Man, you over there cutting up, bro. Who we got? Auspicious Goddess is in the building. So listen, man. Listen, y'all get the likes up and all that good old stuff. Hit the likes, right? Jimmy Neutron is in the house. African Goddess, what's going on, sis? B. Smitty, Midas Touch. She says she finally made alive. That's what it is. That's what it is. Who is this? Empress Ka, who is this? Hey, Minister Jew, it was an honor to meet you at the gathering of the masters. Likewise, Empress, likewise. Had a great time down there in the A, man. Really, really, really great time, man. It was all good. Dia, there go my man. Roger's in the building. Goddess Tone is in the building. Diamond, what up? What up? What up? Carrie, what up? Now, wait a minute. Do I know this fella right here?
Oh, man, that's the living legend.
That's the living legend. TK, what up, broskies? Dopest Classic is in the house. What's going on? Hey, man, Adventures of a Southern Belle. How are you?
Interesting.
That's a hell of a name, right? You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a Netflix special. So.
Yeah, don't it? You a writer or something over there? Let me find out. So look, y'all get the likes up. Let the algorithm know that the priesthood is in the building. Listen, man, let me tell y'all something. So Noble been had this thing right here cooking for a minute, right? And I called him this a couple days ago. I said, Noble, man, all right, man, let's go ahead and do this God as a radio Wi-Fi. And I called him today just the litmus test to see, like, okay, how we rocking tonight? So I called. I said, no. I said, look, man. I said, how many slides you got, bro? This young man said 70. I said, time out, bro. Time out. I said, look. So this. Let me tell y'all tonight. Y'all in for a treat. This is part one. I said, look, man, I'm not coming behind that. I ain't even gonna try to do it.
Oh man, it's like work.
I ain't gonna try to do it. I ain't gonna try to do it. I'm gonna be wise here, right? Because the people it's a lot. I'm sure it's gonna be heavy. So it's God as radio Wi-Fi, part one. Tonight, y'all gonna get God as radio. Y'all gonna get God as radio tonight. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Y'all gonna get it. Next week sometime, y'all will get God as Wi-Fi. So tune in. But tonight is all about God as radio. Okay. So y'all get the likes up. Y'all get comfortable. Classes in session. The priesthood is in the building. And we're going to get right into it. So without any further ado, man, I welcome you and bring to you guys the one and only Noble Lampu. What it do, man?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Hey, Phyllis, I see you. I'm going to show that tonight, Phyllis. Because Phyllis said, finally, I found a mound near me. Oh, that's gonna come up tonight in dealing with God as a radio. I dare go a little bit and say God is a radio. You know what I mean?
Nobles, cut your volume up a little bit, bro.
Hold on. Let me see. All right, can you hear me?
That's better.
There you go. All right. So yeah, man, this slide was so big I can't even upload it in StreamYard. So I'm gonna have to do a screen share on it. That's how big it was. Or is
you want me to go? No, I'm not doing that.
You know what I'm saying? So let me see something, man. Let me hold on. Before I do that, let me try something out real fast, Jew. What happened if we do this? Then this entire screen share, and then what happens? Let me see. Then let me try to blow this up real fast to make it big as possible. Can you see that?
I can.
Y'all good? You see it?
I can see it.
All right, perfect. So God is a Radio Part 1. This is like a 2-part. Tonight, for me, it's broken up into 2 parts, right? And the first thing we're gonna have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen, is space-time. Okay. And I'm talking about facts. I ain't talking about all this, all this deep sci-fi talk. I'm talking about facts, okay? And I choose to use Radio Rahim because God is a radio, and it made me think about him from Do the Right Thing. And it's interesting. Radio Rahim in the Holy Quran opens up with Bismi Allah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And I said, oh, we about to go somewhere. So this all started from a scripture in the Bible, Exodus 14 through 19.
Hold on, Noble, because I want this to come through clear. People in the chat, because it's chopping a little bit on my side. I don't know if that's my connection or not. But to the people in the chat, is Noble coming through crisp and crystal clear?
I know I'm right by my Wi-Fi box.
Somebody in the chat, give me some feedback. Is Noble coming through clear? Okay, cool. Go ahead.
You're good. All right. So there's a scripture in the Bible, Exodus 14 through 19, and an angel of God who had gone before the camp of Israel withdrew and went behind them. The pillar of cloud also moved before them and stood behind them. Now, in Judaism, there is something known in this verse that there are 72 names of God. And it comes from these 3 verses from Exodus 14, and it goes from 19 to 21. And each of these contains 72 letters. Again, this is known as the 72 name of God, also known as the Shem HaMephorish. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you Google it, as I'm showing you on this screen right here, you will see mad stuff pops up. So this is a thing that's known within the Bible that's not really known in the Bible, though. Okay. And so when we read the God word translation at the top, again, the messenger of God who had been in front of the Israelites moved behind them. So the column of smoke. Okay. Now, the second version is the pillar of cloud moved from before them and stood behind them, coming between the host of Egypt and the host of Israel. And there was the cloud of darkness, and it lit up the night. Now, hold on. How can it be a cloud of darkness, but it lit up the night? And I said, no. I know what you guys are talking about. Okay. And so I'm going to reveal it to you. Okay. So when you go look up the word cloud, it says anan in Hebrew, and it tells you a nimbus or a thundercloud. Okay. No problem. Okay. So then when I go to my etymology dictionary, it tells me that it represents over clouding. Okay. So we're still getting with that, but dig it. Look at the GV. It says what? Time. Okay. This is important. All right. So I know at nighttime, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get away from the city, get away from light pollution, there's something called the Milky Way Rift. Okay. And it lights up the sky. This is a cloud that literally will light up the sky. Okay. And this place is very interesting. And this is another version of what it could look like. Okay. And even in the Inca theology and culture of South America, they have, the llama and Zorro. Remember Zorro on TV back in the day when we was kids? You know what I mean? So they got these constellations inside of the Milky Way rift. Guess what? You did this in Egypt too. Okay, Newt, star guy. So you did this there too. So you have a knowledge. Indigenous people have a knowledge of this Milky Way rift. Okay, now. So the question becomes, well, is this the cloud that lit up the night? Question. Okay. So let me give you a little insight of a paper that I wrote called Fractal 26. Okay. This is going to be a mixture of Fractal 26 and Fractal 216. So here are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are right now in the galactic universe, literally. Okay. We're just a speck. And we're 26,000 light years away from the galactic center. This is an astronomical fact. Okay. This is important. Okay. Now, when you're on Earth, each zodiac sign, because all of us have heard that, hey, man, we're in the age of Aquarius. Okay. Each sign will rule the age for about 2,160 years. If you add that time, times that by 12, you get 25,920 years for a full processional circle. So 25.9, we round that up. That's 26,000 year each sign. Okay, for a complete circle. Each age, we're in the age of Aquarius. We are ruled for 2,160 years. Next age is going to be Capricorn. Next age is going to be Sag, and so forth and so forth. And when you tally that up, it'll be almost 26,000 years. Now, that's on Earth dealing with the procession of the equinoxes. That has nothing to do with what I just told you about the distance to our galactic center. Okay? Now, the galactic center is a black hole in Sagittarius A. Okay? All right. And I love these Quran quotes. Despite the perfectly created sky, you continue to dispute the truth? Listen, hey, man, this thing got some. This is by far, I'm going to tell you, the coldest astronomical book ever written. Okay? So let's move on. So on the Earth, again, the procession of the equinoxes are the energy is changing. The pole stars is changing. Okay. So that's 26,000 years. But our distance to the galactic center, just another way of looking at it, is 26,000 light years away. I need you to understand the difference between that. Okay. Because these are not the same thing. Okay. So now, if you got 25,920 years divided by 12 years, that's approximately 2,160 years per age. But divide that by 360 degrees a circle, right? Because it's a circle, that gives you 72 degrees per year. So if we're in the age of Aquarius and it just got here today, we'd be at 0 degrees Aquarius. It takes 72 years as the procession of the equinoxes move for it to progress to 1 degrees Aquarius. Okay. So 72 degrees per year. So let's go back to Exodus 19 through 21, these 3 verses. They have 72 letters per verse. 72 letters times 3 is 216 total letters. Okay. And so then when we did the math, it's 72 years per degree. So basically, these 72 letters are literally symbolic for the degree in which the age persists on Earth. So it's an astronomical code that they gave you in Exodus 19 through 21. Okay. Now, watch this. Look at the coordinates at the very top, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the galactic center is your real Big Mama universe. She's right here. Okay. I'm going to show you where it is. She's right here. Okay. At 17 hours, 45 minutes. That's what the coordinate is. Okay. Now, watch this. Look at that arrow. It's pointing right angle. 1,700 hours, right? Which is nothing more than 5 p.m. Okay. So 5 p.m. 45 minutes. So 5:45 p.m. Okay. The sun It's in the middle of that Milky Way rift, like I showed you with the Inca. It's in the middle of this Milky Way rift on December the 18th. Okay. Now, watch this. Watch this. If you know how to read an ephemeris, what degree is the sun on 12/18? I circled it. 26 degrees. Sagittarius. Wait a minute. Hold on. So when we see the sun here on December 18th, technically the sun's channel or degree, go get on the phone with the spirit world, call the channel, is channel 26. The sun just so happened to be at 26 degrees, right? So let's recap for a quick second. You are here in the top right corner, 26,000 light years away from source. Ladies and gentlemen, if that black hole goes out, you will literally evaporate. It's the whole thing that keeps our solar system in rotation. Okay. So that's source energy. When you hear people talk about the universe and source, for us, that is source. Okay. Now at the bottom, you saw the procession of the equinoxes from an Earth standpoint at 26,000 years. And then for the sun to be in perfect alignment with the galactic center on 12/18 is exactly 26 degrees Sagittarius. Are you kidding me? But guess what else these Hebrew boys done? And I'm gonna say it. It was the mystics, that the Kabbalists who created the Hebrew language in a precise mathematical format to mirror the functions of light within the universe and ultimately the heavens and earth. Yahweh is a function in name so powerful that only the high priest could utter his name. No one can say his name. You would never hear a Jewish person refer to Yahweh as Jehovah or Yahweh. Never. They refer to him as Hashem. I'm telling you this. You can go to Brooklyn and say Jehovah and Yahweh. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. It's Hashem. Okay. Which means the name. But Yahweh's number, literally his numerical value when you add it up, is 26. So you mean to tell me, hold on, we 26,000 light years from the center. It's 26,000 years of processional circle. And then when the sun is in front of the center, it happens to be 26 degrees. And then the God of the Bible's numerical value is 26. Stop playing. These dudes are giving you light code instruction. I'm telling you, the Hebrew is an instruction manual of light. So then we ask the question, could Yahweh be a computation? A fractal of our galactic distance, which is our energy source. A fractal of all 12 zodiac ages. A perfect mirror when the sun aligns perfectly with the galactic center. And I heard a Kabbalist once say 26 is the only number that sits in between the square and the cube. Because a square is 5 times 5, a cube is 3 times 3 times 3. 26 fits evenly in between that, a 2D object and a 3D object. Last time I checked, ladies and gentlemen, there's no whole number that sits in between 2 and 3. But somehow, some way, some heavy mathematicians of light figured out that this number did. Now, a square is a 2D object. It has no depth. Take a piece of paper, put it on the floor outside in the sun. It won't have a shadow. That's 2D, no shadow. 3D has depth. It stands up. Okay, verticality. So 3D literally has 6 faces. And guess what? It has 2,160 degrees. Total degrees. And then you know what? The moon's diameter happens to be 2,160 miles across. Okay. Now, look at a first dimension line. It's just a line. One dimension. It has no thickness. Second dimension, a square. You can just go top to bottom, left, right, but it has no depth, right? But the third dimension thing has depth. So then what is Yahweh then? Yahweh must be the invisible intelligence that makes the invisible visible. Because 3D is visibility, hence shadow and depth. 2D has no shadow. So it must be an invisible force that's standing you up. So now here's the question. Does a cube correspond to 26 space-time model? Because a cube has 8 vertices, right? So the total number of a cube as degrees literally is 2,160 degrees. See, look at the face of the cube and look at the top right corner. Each face, the front, the top, and the right side, those are 3 angles. So each corner has 3 90-degree angles. And that's how you get that math. Okay. So that's 2,160 degrees. But it's very interesting because in the Masonic school, and they don't know this, trust me when I tell you, they retarded. Okay. Over there, when you deal with the 26,000 processional year cycle, right? You deal with that. They have 2 pillars. On the left-hand side is Boaz. That's in the Bible. That's the earth. But see, remember, when you're dealing with the earth, you're dealing with a cube, which is 2,160 degrees. And then they have Yakin, or what some say Jakin, but Yakin on the right side representing the celestial sphere of the heavens, which is we see, which is 26,000 year in the procession of the equinoxes, right? Which when we break those down is 2,160 years. So this is why the Masonic school has the earth and the celestial globe, because it's a mirror of each other. Got to understand that. Okay. Now, remember fractal 26 with the number Yahweh? So I can just kind of give it to you this way. Because we're 3D beings. That's us at the bottom. Okay. That's us at the bottom. Now pay attention to this. Yahweh is a 4th dimensional moon time frequency. Now watch this. Pay attention to the left. A square, we said, is 5 times 5. But a cube is 3 times 3 times 3. So 26, we know, sits evenly in between this. But you know what the pattern is? 4. Because it's 5 at the top, 5 squared. 3 at the bottom, 3 cubed. What sits in between 3 and 5? 4. And then what a coincidence, Yahweh has exactly 4 letters in his name. Now pay attention to the right. As I was typing this out, I said, now what do 216 have to do with 4? Take 216 divided by 4, you get 54. I went to the Holy Quran, chapter 54 is the freaking moon. Don't forget the moon has what? 2,160 years miles in its diameter. You feel me? See, everybody, if you understand Islam, they tell you Islam is mathematics and mathematics is Islam. It can be proven at no limited time. Oh, that's some old school stuff. You ain't ready for that. That's starting to tell my age. But Jew, dig it. The Jewish man wears a black cube on his head in the morning for prayer, Jew, called a tefillin. Oh, no. Come on. He wears a black cube on his head for morning prayer. The woman don't have to do this. The man has to wear a black cube on his head, Jew. But what do the Muslims do, Jew? They go around the black cube Kaaba every Ramadan, right? Yeah. Millions going around the black cube. Both of these things are 2,160 degrees. Black folks in America, what you doing? What we doing? Why are they messing with that? So now let me put you up on something.
Well, hold on, Oval. They are. They are. But they just don't know the mathematics of the symbol that they're wearing.
Oh, definitely.
They are.
Definitely. Hold on, let me get my glasses right. All right. I must have backspace because I had something to show y'all on this. This shouldn't even be right here. Let me see something right quick. That's cool though. That's cool. All right. So these locations, what you see at the top left is Stonehenge. In the bottom right, where it say 2,160 years, that is absolutely, that's called Eagle Mound down in Newark, Ohio. 216,000. That's the Newark octagon. And then we got the moon's diameter. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. It's a fact that light is the 216th Bible entry in the Bible. Literally. It's the 216th entry, the 216th word. In the beginning was the word. Word is Debir, and Debir is 216. And remember, the cube on his head in the Kaaba, the Jew and the Muslim, They're circling around 2,160 degrees. Now, I didn't have the slide in here. I thought I did, but it's on another slide. I can actually show you this. But I'll show you how I got to those mathematics of those locations, possibly later. Okay. So let me show you something, how 216 really works in this reality, though. I'm going to show you how to jig it. So what did Jamie say on the left? Remember Fractal 216, which is a paper I wrote. Gave my homie the number to play. He added 0. Came out straight. Sent me $1,600 this morning. Boom. Right? Vanessa, this is yesterday. Vanessa said, hey, everyone, I'm new to Nova's Patreon. My birthday is 216. I've been seeing this number everywhere for months now. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back some. This back in February the 18th, I posted this. But look at the transaction date, February the 16th. This is the 5th house. I think I seen her in the chat. Okay, 5th, you getting checked. She got an unexpected check on February the 16th hit her account. Now, February 16th, I make a post and I said, read this closely. My next video, I think I'm going to be popping some big shit here. I said, see, how is it that I played my birthday and my birthday hits? We are connected to the G source. So you see 2160. Wait a minute. Didn't Jamie say his homie played 2160 and won? 2160 came out box on February the 15th. Look at my ticket, printed February the 15th. Winning number came out box February the 15th, right? Won some money, right? And here's the kicker, though. Notice I didn't play on 216. I played on 215 because I'm a practicing Jew right now. Right? My days start in the evening. See what I'm saying? So I'm on a different timeline, but real stuff, though. In my reality, that number came in the evening, which is technically the day before. But why would I play it the day before? You feel me? So anyway, so TK, who we seen in the chat, right? The number came straight in New York for him, straight. And this was on his son's birthday. The number came straight for him. Okay. And it actually happened twice for him. All right. So anyway, God is a radio. So I just wanted to give y'all a basis of something of how to use a number. See, it's one thing to see a number, but can you program a number? Can you win money with a number? That's the thing. Okay. So God is a radio part 2. Let's pump up the volume on it. The galactic center. Okay. The center of the Milky Way galaxy was the first what to be detected? Radio source. Uh-oh. It contains a number of radio sources, including Sagittarius A, the compact region around a supermassive black hole. Okay. Now, I think I'm done with that. Yeah, I'm cool with this right here. So this is the first radio source to be detected, ladies and gentlemen. Our galactic center, a Black Mama universe, the source, the universe is a radio. Now watch this. Let's read astronomical radio source. Okay. In 1932, American physicist, radio engineer Carl Jansky detected radio waves coming from an unknown source in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Okay, let's move down the solar system. The sun. And this is going to come back. Remember this, bookmark this, the sun. The sun is the brightest radiation source in most frequencies down to the radio spectrum. Okay, so the sun is on the radio spectrum. Jupiter's magnetosphere is on the radio spectrum. Okay, so bookmark this. Now, this is interesting because in the Holy Quran says something very, very interesting. God is he who created 7 firmaments, and of the earth a similar number. Through the midst of them all descends his command. Whoa. What do you mean through the midst of these planets and firmaments your commands, which is an instruction. A command is usually a word. What do you mean you descend through the midst of this? I'm telling you, is there. Now watch this. At the Galactic Center, they got something called an accretion disk. And look at the photon ring. The photon ring says, a ring of light composed of multiple distorted images of the disk. The light making up these images has orbited the black hole 2, 3, or even more times before escaping to who? Who? Us. Whoa, time out. You mean a photon, which is a messenger light particle or a light messenger particle, was in the black hole a couple of times, which is emitting a radio source. It can escape and travel to us? What Damon Wayans you say in the movie? Message. Okay. So this is where we get the message from. Okay. So are you implying God is a radio? Absolutely. Let's go to Hebrew. Radio, wireless, radio man, radio operator. What are the first two letters that make up the word? El. Look to the right. What is the name of the deity? El means God. Radio starts with the word God. So God is a radio.
That's definitely what it say.
That's what it say. I ain't making it up. So then the last three letters, we got to ask the question. What is the last three letters on the left behind the Aleph and the Lamed? Which would be, it's kind of like a CH sound. Sometimes it's silent and it's a H. But C-H-O-T. Kot. So this is Al-Kot. Or that O could be a youth. Al-Kuth. So Al-Kot, Al-Kuth. Let's call it Al-Kot. Al-Kot is a radio. So what is Kot? Okay. Well, mind you, it said radio wireless. Uh-oh, alley-oop for my man on the Wi-Fi. Okay, there's God. Okay, so radio wireless. Okay, now watch this. What is Kot? Kot is a cord, a sinew, a spinal cord.
Oh boy.
What did Harry Nanda tell us in Kriya Yoga? We magnetize the spine. That's what he said. Go through a Kriya 1 initiation. I stayed at Drew Granny house for a couple weeks, went through my Kriya initiation. Going to magnetize the spine. That's what I said. That's what they do. So now the cord, Al-Kot, God, spinal cord. God, radio is God, spinal cord. The message of the radio is coming through the spinal cord. Okay? Now, but Radio Raheem is using batteries, bro. Okay. Remember that. So, as I said, we're going to deal with this mound energy. We're going to really tap into these pyramids, these mound structures on the earth. I'm telling you right now, it's a global pyramid matrix. And I'm telling you that the longitude encodes locations to another locations. And I'm also telling you that these places are literally vortexes. I'll prove some of them to you. Oh, here go to work right here. Okay. So now, remember when I showed y'all the astronomical places of those mounds? I'll show you what I was getting at. For example, in me and Jew, we got some work here. We got something in the ground over here from a couple years ago. This is the kind of stuff we do, right? So it's 40 degrees, 2 minutes, 27 north of the equator, north latitude. Times that, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get 2,160. I already told you that's an astronomical age, okay? Now, when you go around the corner to the latitude of this place, when you times the latitude, you get 216,000, which is 100 ages, ladies and gents. We've been here. In fact, when we went here and Jew started leading the libations on this one, I'm not lying. Jew, did we not hear birds in the air while we were doing libations and they wasn't flying around? They were standing still in the air, and at the blink of an eye, they disappeared without flying away?
Yes.
Did you not see that?
Yes.
The people there saw this with their own eyes, ladies and gents. I'm telling you, we have to really step into our superpower. We can go to certain locations at certain times and really, really, really embody the God frequency for real, for real. No, none of that theory stuff. Okay. So then when you go to Stonehenge and you add up its latitude north of the equator, you get 2,160, which is 10 ages. Okay. And this is a slide that you saw earlier. This is how we got to those particular math grid numbers. And remember, the moon is dealing with this science. If y'all really knew what the moon was, boy, we have no clue and no idea of what that energy really is and what
scripture tells us plainly, she's a faithful witness.
Ooh, is she ever? But y'all gonna see because we're about to work with. I'm gonna show y'all a level of work with this coming out soon with this moon energy. And so I'm gonna go back a little bit just to show you something what these places are. Right, this is Serpent Mound in 2011, the very first trip. Right, you can see people winding up the Serpent. Okay, now after we left, 3 days later, this happened, March 27th. Okay, an Egyptian cobra came up messing out the Bronx Zoo, and I asked the question, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be curious. I said, now, could this serpent have went missing because we melanated folks went to an ancient site, because it's an ancient site, and we walked this serpent, and then a couple days later, could there be a connection? And most of the people on that trip was from New York as well, right? So I just asked the question at that time because it wasn't my intention for that to happen. To be honest with you, I had no intention of that, but I asked the question, and that was radio feedback that I was getting. And then I trust that later and started demonstrating that, but that I will not show you. Okay, so this is the next day. We go to a different location and you can see the purple light descending from the sky, clear as day. Okay. And then 2 years later, we go to another location at Cahokia, which is east of St. Louis, right across the river in Illinois. We see another purple ray of light. Okay. So these places have energy. Okay. Now, Radio Raheem is using batteries. So, Minister Jew, the word for battery is what? Solah. Sollh. We read Hebrew from right to left. So we say Solah. Sollh. Solah. But Noble, you was just at the Mounds. Jew, what do Solah mean?
It's the same word. It's a mound.
It's the same word. I'll go back. Ladies and gentlemen, battery, because Radio Raheem is using batteries. Batteries is Solah, but when I went to go look up Solah in Hebrew, it said mound. The very places that we go to and have these extra sensory experiences.
Make it plain for them, Noble. Make that what you do. Make it very plain for them.
Okay. How can I say it? Battery is Solah. When we go to these places like this, these mounds, and you see light appear, and I got a slideshow. Listen, I got some stuff I can really show you to blow your mind. I had the privilege of sharing this with one of our esteemed, I would just say council women. She broke down and cried because she finally had a breakthrough and understood the divinity of what was happening. And I mean cried. But to make it plain, when you see light descending down on a place that's called a mound, I am telling you and just showed you that mound literally means battery. There is an energy that is associated with these places because they're there for that particular purpose. That's what they're there for. Okay. So ET phone home. Y'all ready? Want to phone home? I'll show you an example of how powerful you are. Now, I'm about to get ready to close this out, and I want y'all to hear me closely when I tell you this. Okay? This part of what I'm about to show you, you have no business if you're not rooted. Let me start it this way. If you're not rooted in the firm knowing, forget a belief, a firm knowing. And when you know what a knowing is, you can get your behind up and you can come up to the whiteboard and you can demonstrate. Why does that mean anything? because the learning pyramid shows us that when you teach information, that is the best way for you to retain information. Okay. So what I'm saying is you have to know that God is real. There ain't no guessing it. If you kind of guessing and you ain't really sure, you don't have the luxury to be listening to anything. I mean, just really anything in a sense. You have to deepen that understanding and come to a knowing of this. This is important. And what I'm really saying is turn all that ritual stuff off and all that they doing this to us, and turn all that crap off if you ain't firmly rooted in you knowing the God within you. Okay? All right. So let me show you something. You see it's July 4th. When I say mark your calendars, July 4th on my Patreon. And I said, hey man, listen, 11:11, we're going at 11:11 p.m. on 7/18, we're gonna get together and do a galactic activation. I'm gonna give y'all the instructions that night at 11 p.m. Look at the flyer, the moon in the galactic center. Ain't that your home? I just showed you that's your home. I'm gonna show you how to ET phone home. Okay. So then when July 18th got here, what did it say? Another immediate mass black hole discovered at the center of our galaxy, University of Cologne. What? And then what do it say? While researching a cluster of stars in the immediate vicinity of a supermassive black hole, Sagittarius A, at the center of our galaxy, an international team of researchers led by PhD Dr. Florin Fiker has found signs of another immediate mass black hole. What am I saying to you? I am telling you back on July the 4th, I've already time-stamped it and put a flyer together to tell you that we are about to phone home and send a signal to source. Is what I said. That's what we're doing. Okay. And then the day that got here, science broke a story and said, hey, there are new holes here. New activity is here. Yes, I'm telling you that you're that powerful and your God is that powerful that if you focus on the region of space, something in that region of space is going to come online. What is more God than that? So the Quran says, verily in the heavens and the earth are signs for the believers. See, you got to know this. You got to know it. So then what happened the next day? A global tech outage. Friday, July 19th. That's interesting. And I'm just looking at it. I'm just saying, wow, that's interesting. And what happened on the 19th? Remember they said the sun emits radio signals. Remember I said bookmark that? What happened on the 19th? The first rumbling of the sun's next 11-year solar cycles has been detected in sound waves. Huh? Sound waves inside our home star, even though it is only halfway through its current one. So it's only halfway through its current one. And they said, listen how it opened up on the summary. The first rumbling. So wait a minute. It's halfway through an 11-year cycle. So let's just say 5.5 years ago, the sun began on this cycle of his, right? And then halfway through its cycle, y'all just now receiving the first rumblings of a radio wave. Stop playing. While you sending a radio wave to the galactic center, stop playing. Okay? That's how powerful you are. And so then a couple days later, what happened? The 21st, Biden steps down. And I said, that's interesting because now that reminds me of something in scripture. And I said, Jew, and Jew always said, man, no, I'm telling you, the Bible was the coldest book ever written. And I said, Jew, you might just be right. Because, there's a donkey, since the donkey is the Democrat, it's a donkey in the story of the Bible that said, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it lay down under Balaam. That's in Numbers 22 and 27. And then it continues to go on. And this is the angel talking to Balaam. I have come here to oppose you because your path is a reckless one before me. So the donkey is down. And I'm like, oh, Joe, that's in the Bible. And you know what else is in the Bible? Elon. I said, Jew, did you know Elon is a judge of Israel? Jew busted out laughing. He said, nigga, stop playing. I said, I'm serious. Like, nigga, stop playing. Jew, Elon is a judge in the Bible. Because remember, you got the 12 tribes of Israel, but we never really hear about the 12 judges of Israel. And it says it right there. After Ibzan, Elon, the Zebulunite, that's interesting, Zebulunite, judged Israel for 10 years. And it's very interesting. I said, boy, this is great, because actually didn't know war and turmoil happen on Elon's watch. So I said, God damn, this thing actually just may be written for real. The personification of roles. I'm just showing you what you see today is actually something that's already scripted. Okay. My last slide is this, ladies and gents. Jupiter, red eye activation 8/27/2024. That's what we're doing in the Patreon. You'll see. My job is to show the Kavod Elohim. Okay. And you may say, what the heck are you talking about? The Kavod Elohim. The Kavod Elohim simply means the glory of God. Okay. That's my job. My job is to show the glory of the Creator. Why? Because listen, I'm just gonna flat out tell you, you absolutely need to know that the power is within you. Period. The power is within you. Okay. So I'll share this with you right here. You can go to some of the stuff we doing, nobleampucourses.com. Check it out, nobleampucourses.com. The Astro course is actually done. It'll be there by Saturday, but it's done. That'll be up there. It's 3 of them. Mastering the 4 elements, man, easy work. But this is basic stuff, but you need to know these because these are laws, man. Unlocking the Hebrew alphabet, beautiful, beautiful module. The Astro module, super, super, super dope. All right, so you can go to Noble Ampu courses, but the description is also in the link is in the description below, and then you can come over here and check us out on the Patreon. All right, and I'll tell you something on this Patreon too. I'll show you which you can absolutely have for well, it's actually really honestly no cap. Seriously, it's free for all members. Hold on, I had to get rid of one of these screens real fast. But it's free for all members. These papers I'm about to show you right here. Is this it? Where is it at? Right here. So these papers right here, they're only $5. Listen, you can go get them. They're PowerPoint presentations. All right. But all kind of, I mean, listen, next level, especially the fractals, next level. Okay. And base 4. In fact, I'm doing a presentation Sunday on base 4 DNA prayers, show you what the prayers are really supposed to be aligned with and how your DNA supports this. Okay. And I'm telling you, it's just phenomenal stuff, man. I really want to say shit, but stuff. All right, but it's absolutely, it's only $5 over there. But if you in the Patreon at $15 a month, guess what, man? Download it for free. You got it, man. We just over here loving doing what we doing, man, and having the ball. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, man. The power is in you, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, on a whole nother level, the power is in you. We don't really have time to be engaging people. Like, see, my thing is, if somebody doing a ritual on you, or Super Bowl, the Olympics, okay, copy and paste. Come on, man. You're like, just copy and paste. That's a technique, y'all. That's a technique, Minister Junga. Copy and paste, man. Like, because that means we can create our own thing. So you mean to tell me, like, these things happen in The Simpsons and they come true? Well, the only thing we got to do is get together and shoot a little short video and then role play some things and put it out there. And guess what? It's going to come true. So that's the end for me, man. God is radio, man.
They be scared too, man.
What's that?
All the rituals that they're going to do on us.
Oh, man, I don't know why. It's scary. Well, I know why. Because they fear other than what they're supposed to fear. You're supposed to fear no one but source, if anything.
That's right.
Fear no dang on old crusty Can I say it? White man. I feel like I'm gonna be scared of some old crusty white man for get out
Hey,
of here.
man, can you see my screen over?
Yeah, man.
So look, man, listen, man. I just wanted to go through some because listen, man, we over here, myself, Noble and Pooh. If you look, you saw some of the testimonials that he showed. The information got to be applicable. It has to be something that you can practice. And most importantly, it has to be something that's going to render you a result. So I didn't want to overdo it with the info tonight because Ampu just said a lot, and that's a lot for you guys to digest. So I'm gonna come back next week with the Wi-Fi version of this thing. But I just want to go through a couple of these slides, man, just to show you the evidence of what it is that we profess, right? Now, this is I started a private Facebook group. We call it the Ambassadors of the Light. And this was from Crystal. This was yesterday. She says, hey, y'all, I want to share that my brother has been looking for and applying for jobs since May, but he still hasn't been hired by anyone yet. He was starting to feel discouraged, so I felt the need to help him manifest getting hired. I started the 28-day journaling technique, which is a technique that I made back at the end of 2023, and focused solely on him and his goal. He called me today and told me he finally got the job offer he was looking for. It has only been about 2 weeks since I started journaling for him. These techniques work. This is Crystal utilizing this information to uplift somebody close to her, i.e. her brother, right? Here's more. And shout out to Val. I think Val over in the chat somewhere. What's going on, Val? There you go. I see Val right there. Val, it's from Val Hunter. She in the chat. Shout out to you, Val. Right? This was the other day, back on the 13th. She hit me up. She says, hey, Minister Jew, you can't make this up, sir. As a previous member once said, she says, wow. I don't know what this is or from. As you see, it says miscellaneous transaction has posted to my checking account. Money don't stop. Signed off as an ambassador. Like you can see it deposit from, and she screenshotted and sent via her iPhone. Deposit from miscellaneous transaction. Somebody dropped $511.40 into her checking account. Now, I'm a witness to this. This didn't happen to me probably at least 4 or 5 times where miscellaneous bank deposits. Man, I done been on trips with my wife, anniversary trips. I done had my whole trip paid for. Hotel refunds me the money. I go out to eat dinner, $200 tabs.
Free rental
restaurant
card
covers the tab. Like these things happen all the time once you step into this vortex and understand that it is you that is causing the phenomenon, right? Because see, let's listen to what Noble said. If we're that powerful that we can impact a region of space 26,000 light years away, right? If we're that powerful that we can impact the nature of a sun cycle, see, this is listen, you have to get out of this mindset that you're this little bitty small person. Because you got to remember what the Christ said. And sometimes people might get offended when Jew is talking this way. Like, who do he think he is? And, he got to humble himself. No, listen, man. The character called Christ told y'all that you are going to do greater things than I have done. Now, this guy was walking on water, controlling currents in the water. Okay? Healing blind people, healing leprosy, telepathy, walking through walls, doing all this. Matter of fact, overcame death. I don't know anybody else that done that. Actually went into a grave and came out back. I don't know nobody that done that. The best you're going to get is what they call it, an incorruptible body from a saint that done died, but the body is still in tip-top condition.
But they did, right?
But they did. So right. That's about as close you're going to get to that. So if we saying that, hey, look, your consciousness is the medium that hooks up to this thing called God, right? If you can impact something 26,000 light years away, it should be very easy for you to impact something 200 miles away, 50 miles away, the people at your job.
Which means your thoughts travel faster than light because it takes 26 light years traveling at 186,000 miles per second to get there. So that
Yeah.
means you're traveling faster than light.
Okay. So we have to understand that, right? And so if this here is a test and this earth is a playground of ours, then we need to master this environment first. We have to get this under control, right? So Valerie Hunter is learning how to get it under control. Crystal Jones is learning how to get it under control. M. Soto was learning how to get it under control. So tell me why I just went to check my mailbox and out of nowhere, there was an unexpected check from Voyager that I had no clue was sitting there. FYI, been reading the self-worth prayer in the AM and gave myself the name Money M. Now, see, it's a whole lot of technique here. I got a technique that I call check for the check. For those that don't know, I created a whole prayer called the prayer of self-worth. Why is that important to the audience? See, you could say you want $1 million. You could say you want to earn 6 figures. You could say all of those things. But let me tell you something. Self-worth is located in 2 regions. 1, the hippocampus. See how you're going to always come back to that thing? 1, the hippocampus. 2, the cerebellum. Now, if you know anything about the cerebellum, this is what you know. The cerebellum is where when memories get there, they never get erased, ever. Once it get down in there, it is a staple of who you are. So much so that if a person gets, say for instance, a person learned how to play the piano when they were younger, mastered playing the piano. And as they get older, they develop dementia, right? Alzheimer's, one of these ailments where they start to forget, their wits start to go and they can't remember anything. Do you know if you sat that person, they may not be able to tell you their wife's name. They may not be able to tell you their child's name. They may forget the dog name. They may forget where they worked at 20 years ago. But if you sit them down in front of that piano, they can play whatever tune they want that they have remembered. Why? Because that physical movement is quite different. And it gets registered there. Now, the science tells us that self-worth also gets registered here. So what does this mean? If you have an idea or a concept of self through societal programming, parental upbringing, whatever programming that may have been in your environment, you can say all of these things all you want to. You can say, I receive it. Yes, Lord, you can do all of that. Let me tell you something. That cerebellum and that hippocampus, no, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. It knows. And the only way you're going to change that is to recondition the way that you think about yourself over a consistent, repetitious time period. The moment that you start doing that, your environment starts to reflect the new programming that you have. So I shared an article a couple weeks back that showed how your facial expression starts to match up with your name the older that you get. Why am I saying that? Because everything can be reverse engineered. So guess what? We got Money M in the building. We got Jackpot Jew in the building. We got George Coins in the building. So everybody's adding a money attribute to their name. Why? Because that would help me change my personal magnetic field. And now I can do some reverse engineering. Now my name is going to change my character, my perception. Right? So now Money M got miscellaneous checks popping up in the mailbox. I love this one from Rufus. Check Rufus out. Rufus hit me up. Look, y'all see the date, May 22nd. Look what he said. He said, Minister Jew, I found you on YouTube and I've been out of work for 2 years after being hit by a train while driving at work.
Jeez.
I have no income and waiting for disability to be approved. Just had my car repoed. Can you suggest a prayer? Fast forward. Rufus jump into membership. Look now. And here's the evidence. Light, January 25th, 2022. I was hit by a train that was going over 60 miles per hour. Hurt. Now I'm healed. Depressed. Now I manifest. What could have been destroyed was made new. And now, as an ambassador of the light, I'm going to tell the world that they too can be what God created us to be, ambassadors of the light. Y'all see the pictures? They had to send a chopper in to get Rufus, people. Huh? Oh, it ain't over. Update from Rufus. Update. I did a job application on June 14th for a driver position in the sanitation department. Then I logged in my notes that I got hired for a position that I didn't even apply for. Today, August 7th, I've been hired as an operator for the streets department, earning a bigger salary. Here's the notes from that day. See, I got my folks working over here. We're going to work this law. That's what we're going to do. That's my mission. I'm pumping out ambassadors, baby. Right? It ain't a game. Y'all see the notes that he got hired down in Greenville, pumping in gratitude. Huh? Here's another one. Here go George. I mentioned George Coins. Y'all thought I was playing. Hear ye, hear ye. I come to share the good news with the one who taught me. That's Galatians 6:6. Last month, I gave y'all what now seems to be a slight testimony. Quick recap. I started the wishing well in June, and I saw 85K as my increase. I started the better job on July 22nd. I'm currently in training, but somehow they've already reserved my spot for top pay. The job is production performance based. This will put me over 85K, but wait, there's more. I am also a veteran by way of the U.S. Navy. Over the final days of July, I experienced a wave of conversations surrounding disability that prompted me to look into my own. I already received 90%, but lo and behold, I was able to get the necessary information to file for my increase up to 100%. Y'all, the money ain't stopped yet. It's like I requested 85K. I'm about to get 170K. I can't make this up. Now, it's a lot to digest here. All of a sudden, he said he started to hear conversations. See, let me tell y'all something about how this law works. So when you start to send that radio wave out and hook up to that Wi-Fi, it starts to move things around. Conversations get overheard. Emails start to pop up. People start to come into your environment that weren't there before. Inspiration drops in out of the sky into your dome. And then 3 days ago, what did Mr. George Coin send us? At this point, I don't even got to say it. And he shows a screenshot. Cleared 100% disability. $4,231.61 on a monthly basis. Huh? Huh? This the minister himself, right? Quick $14,162.41. Now let me give y'all the backdrop to this story, how this deposit hit 2 days ago for the minister. So I've been doing some updates around the house, fresh paint jobs, fresh lighting in my backyard, new furniture, just updating around the house, right? So I walked out my crib. This had to be about 40 days ago or so. I walked out the crib and I said, man, we're going to need a new roof in a couple of years. And so that thought stayed with me repetitiously. Oh, I'm like, man, we're going to need a new roof, Jew, right? Just pondering the idea, just pondering it, right? And I'm going to give y'all the verse, scripture of this to get you to understand why the pondering of an idea leads to the development of it, right? So about 2 weeks later, I get a piece of mail from a company that actually will come in and inspect your roof. I said, now, wait a minute, June. I know what I said to myself. Now, here comes the evidence of the pondering. So then I said, I'm going to give them a call. Gave them a call. They came over to my crib, went up on my roof, did some inspections. And these were two women, two Latino women on top of the roof. Now, where have you seen that at? Where have you ever seen? So it always be this odd thing, right? So then they say, you know, we can get this done for you for $0 out of your pocket. I said, what? You can? Really? They said, yeah, we'll handle everything. Don't worry about it. Well, 2 weeks later, I got a deposit from Allstate for $14,162.41. I asked for a new roof. Guess what else I got? New gutters, new window casing. Right? So this is akin to one of the YouTubes that I did, the power in the question. Where is the power in pondering an idea? Now, if you look close, you see the claim rep name. Name is Michael Jackson. Now, for my long-term people that have been around for a long time and see, no one ain't really let the lid off, and I ain't gonna let it off either. But for the people that have been around you from the beginning, I done told y'all about this Michael thing. I done told y'all about it. And so, man, I saw that name pop up. I called Nobody. I was like, no. He's like, what, Joe? I said, man, you ain't gonna believe this, bro. But this ties into something else that I have been doing, that I started back doing over the last month or so. Michael, the archangel, defend us in battle, protect us from the wickedness and the snares of the devil. May God rebuke them, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl around the world seeking to ruin the souls. Amen. See, I didn't pick that back up because see, I'm on something different. I'm what they be saying. I'm on a different time right now.
Man,
I'm on a different time. So it starts to spring back into my reality. So this was really more than just about a roof. This was a confirmation for something else.
And a covering.
See, when Bobby Hemmings be like, get on the phone with the spirit. So guess what? The spirit world then picked up my claim because I got a claim in, goddammit. But see, let me tell you something though. See, Psalm 37:4 say, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. See, what you mean delight yourself? Huh? See, this is all you do right here. This is it. This is what I do. Every day I'm Bible this, Bible that, quantum physics this, neuroscience that, discovering the nature of the invisible mind of God. And so I'm always delighting myself in the Lord. Meditating on the Lord, meditating on the computation, thinking about the ins and outs. So if that's what you're doing regularly, guess what, man? The desires of your heart will be met. They will be met. And so look, man, here's more. This is one of the members, man. Right? Met this brother down at the gathering of the masters. I went down there to support Rich. It was a great event, man. The event was packed, man. It was over 1,400 people at this event. 2-day event, 1,400 people, man. I ran into at least 10 members, maybe more. Man, listen, I ain't never took so many pictures in my life, and I'm really not a pictures type of guy person at all. But man, I like every time I turned around, so I'm like, Minister Jew, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Can I get a picture? And so, man, I swear, this is no exaggeration. I probably took at least 200 pictures down there. But he says it was great meeting you in person over the weekend. Just wanted to give you an update on the first unexpected check that I received in the mail today. It isn't the amount I envisioned yet. It is very much appreciated. So I'll keep practicing and being ready to receive more. Thanks again, Jackpot Jew. Yeah. See, what does the Solar's parable tell us? First the blade in the ear, then the corn in the ear. It develops and it grows the more you get accustomed to the phenomenon. So you're going to get these winks. These things are going to happen. Check going to come, and the next one will be bigger, and the next one will be bigger, and the next one will be bigger, right? Then the promotion get bigger, and the promotion get bigger. Then your clientele grows, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Here's another one. Met this sister down there. Shout out, AJ. What's going on? She says, hey, look, man, new levels unlocked. The gathering of the Masters event. Thank you for all your wisdom and knowledge on my journey of success. The Minister Jew. If you know, you know. The highlight of my week. The butterfly effect, put that work in and watch the money elevate. Real energy. Man, this sister is growing. She participated in one of my butterfly effect challenges and put that pen to work, and boy, her whole thing and just took off. Right? Some more great people down here. I was just meeting members left and right. It was festive, man. It was festive. It was a joyous occasion. Caught up with none other than the Blue Pill, B-Dale, right? Was just in the building with a bunch of like minds. And shout out to Blue, man. Blue was like, man, you don't know how much you inspired me to get on my Sunday service, man. He was like, I had to fall on my sword and say the hell with what people think about these religious texts and these books. I'm gonna stand on this thing, man. And that was a dope moment, man. So I appreciate you, Blue. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Brother Rich, man. Shout out to all the vendors, man. It was a beautiful event, man. You know, beautiful. But listen, we got an event of our own. We got an event of our own coming up here. We got about 7 weeks, man. Countdown. First annual Manifestation Gala celebrating 10 years of ministry with Minister Jew and Noble and Pooh, a priesthood production, man. October 5th, that's a Saturday, starting at 5:00 p.m. Central. Look, this is a black tie event. Y'all got to come dressed up. We got to be important. We got to feel important. We got to feel prestigious, right? So I want the brothers to come with their suits and the sisters to come with their gowns and their dresses, man, and be fly. So that when we post it up, taking them pictures, everybody is clean and fly and sharp, right? So if you're interested, that link is in the description box below. And for the people that purchase their tickets, and let me give you some insight, because we're gonna have a DJ, we're gonna have catered food. It's gonna be like an interview podcast type vibe with myself, Noble, and Pooh. We're gonna have somebody there asking us questions. We're gonna allow people to come up and get on the mic and share their stories. So it's gonna be well worth it, man. It's gonna be, the ambiance is gonna be great. We hosting it at the Red Door Meeting Place in Broadview, Illinois, which is about 20 minutes from O'Hare Airport. So if you fly into O'Hare, I got a slot of rooms set aside at a particular hotel that's about 25 minutes away from the venue. So if you're interested in coming, once you purchase your ticket, you can email me, inbox me on Instagram, call the business line, say, hey, Jew, send me the link for the hotel stays that you have. You can either stay one night if you're just coming in on that Saturday, or if you want to come in for the weekend and stay Friday and Saturday, we got a couple slots for that too. So I'm just trying to make it as convenient as possible. I suggest if you're coming into the city and you're going to stay by the airport, you probably just want to catch an Uber to and from, unless you just feel inclined to get your own rental because you want to move around the city and check Chicago out. That's cool too. But we looking to have a good time. The link is below in the description box. Also, if you want to join the membership, the private quantum imaging ministry membership, that link is below too. That gives you access to, we have 4 webinars every month. In fact, we have one this Sunday. We have a group guided visualization once a month at midnight Eastern Standard Time. I think probably now we over 25, maybe close to 30 different techniques for a plethora of things. I make personalized PDFs for my members. People have came through these doors with all kind of health conditions that we have helped people solve and get rid of completely. So it's a beautiful thing, man. And we have the private Facebook group for people to come and share their insight or their wisdom or their testimonies. Like a lot of those that y'all saw, that came from the private group on Facebook. So once you sign up, you'll get a link for that as well, where you'll be able to come back there and sign up, man. I also do individual consultations for my members only, about 20 minutes per consultation. It's a Calendly link that goes out. It's first come, first serve. So the membership is real thorough, man. We've been perfecting this thing for 10 years. So I think we got it running like a well-oiled machine at this point. And if you just want to get a consultation with Jew, that's something that people are starting to want to do more of. That link is also available in the description box below. But other than that, man, I hope to see y'all all in the Chi-Town. right? Let me see. If we remove that. All right, Nova, can you see me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, there go AJ. Hey sis, what's going on? What's going on? CC Ashe, what's going on? I see y'all. I see y'all in the building. What it do? Somebody asking, am I gonna do another butterfly effect challenge? I might. I don't know. I might. I might. I don't know. But y'all know whenever I do something like that. Uh, I usually don't. I don't do those too much anymore. Like the online challenges. I may do one, maybe two a year. So I don't know. I kind of like the vibe of them challenges when the weather's starting to turn because people are more inclined to be focused because they in the house and it's just not a whole bunch to do. It's not a lot of barbecues and parties, and so people are kind of more like in the house, a little bit more recluse, and so they may be inclined to practice a little more. So I like to do those challenges when November, December roll around, and you kind of like bearing down a little bit. But yeah, man, what's going on? I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see everybody over there. So yeah, no, you
MBRC,
got
what's
something
up?
else,
What's up?
man?
What's up? What's up with you? Nah, man, I'm good, man. Get on out to that manifestation gala. It's gonna be epic. You know what I mean? And if you got here a little late, rewind. You know what I'm saying? God is indeed a radio, and like I said, I think on the 27th coming up, what we doing in the Patreon is we about to do this Jupiter Red Eye. So I'm literally, I have been instructed to show you how you can see the glory of the creator and literally create phenomenon down here. So the thing is, man, it's really strengthening that knowing where you ain't got to worry about nothing. Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. See, I know of a situation where a lot of people, we knew the consciousness to a degree, and you would start hearing conflicting information. And I got a homegirl, man, like she was in church praying to Jesus, and things was working in her life. Got into consciousness, and then start hearing different stories. Inky is Jehovah and all kind of stuff. And then Christ don't exist. He is state of consciousness and whatnot. And but then with the Inky is Jehovah type stuff, forgot how to pray. Didn't felt disconnected to a degree because the new information hasn't got integrated yet, in a sense, right? So we had to remix that and show, well, technically, if you were making things manifest this way and you made things manifest this way as well, and they both diametrically oppose each other, what's the common denominator here? Which is your belief. So belief is the power, belief is the fuel to this whole thing. You see what I'm saying? And so my thing is, I don't never want y'all to be disconnected and lost and in these low vibrational states based upon some of these conversations that's being had. It'll zap your mojo. It'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I was like, even our host that's going to be at the podcast was rapping with her the other day, and she's like, when I got to the priesthood, like y'all wasn't pushing none of that narrative. And salute to the brothers, salute to the ladies, but I'm telling you for sure, ladies seem to like you would notice it. You would notice that the conversation is low vibratory and it's always they, and what somebody else is doing. I'm telling you, shun away from that quickly, because remember, the law of observation doesn't care what you are observing. It's going to make it a reality, irregardless to you don't like the thing. In fact, it'll probably happen faster if you don't like it, because the way gravity works, see, the smile is uphill, right? To go downhill is much faster. You see what I'm saying? And what down is always equated to, right? So just be careful, very mindful of what you're listening to, what you watching. Get tuned in, get tapped in. But yeah, I'd love to see y'all. Come on over to the Patreon, man, and let's be God for real. I'll show you some stuff that I promise you well, it would be without a shadow of a doubt. You would know, like, oh my God. You would think that we were living in the biblical times if I show you some of this stuff. You'd be like, okay. I swear to God. I swear to you. That's why you laugh. I'm telling you, you would really believe, like, okay. Well, hey, what Sully man say that one year he saw me?
Man, listen, man. Sully, brother. Shout out Sully, man, here in Chicago, man. Sully, man, was tuned in. And see, that's when we was raw and uncut. And we was just like dropping these things without any apprehension. Like just we just saying it. And man, I remember, man, Sully, man, came by my crib and he was picking something up or dropping something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I came down to Sully, man, car, man, Noble. And Sully, man, was like, Joe, I ain't scared of nothing.
I ain't worried about nothing.
I ain't worried about nothing.
That's right.
And he was so charged up.
That's right.
Like he knew, he intrinsically knew. And you know, man, like
that's right.
It really got to be like that for you, you know.
That's right. That's right. Just like imagine praying, y'all, collectively, and we say, God, make a rainbow appear right here, since we're gonna be right here in St. Louis over this arch. Make a rainbow appear as a sign, and when you get to St. Louis, a rainbow appears over a sign. I'm talking about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? So let's step into that G body, you know what I mean? That God body that we are, man. And my last thing would be check out the new YouTube channel, Noble and Pooh. That's also in the description, man. Come on over. And I'm about to start dropping on Sundays, I believe. Start holding a little something just to kind of get y'all acclimated on some things. So, but check out the description down below in the YouTube, man. And that's really it for me, bro.
All right, man. So that's what it is, man. Everything that you heard or mentioned, everything's in the description box below. We really pushing this gala though. I'm gonna see y'all in person.
Yeah.
Shake some hands, hug some people, man. See y'all get fly. Somebody was asking a consultation for their brother. So if you just go to the website or you click the link in the description box below for consultations, you'll see it there. If you want to purchase that for your brother, you can. And then once I see the purchase come through, I would reach out to you via email, or you can call the business line or the email associated with the PayPal checkout, and we could just schedule the time and the date. But right now I'm booked up. Like the earliest I can get to you probably would be because let me see, I got Wednesday, I got a consultation. Tuesday, I got a consultation. The earliest I'll be able to get to you would be Thursday of next week. Somebody asked, can they take the L to the hotel from the airport? So look, here's the deal. The hotel that I have the rooms slotted out for actually is only like a mile away from O'Hare Airport. And they have a shuttle that will take you from the airport to the hotel and from the hotel back to the airport. So you ain't got to worry about catching no train or nothing. You'll be fine. Once you get in contact with the hotel after you booked your stay, they're going to give you all the instructions on where you need to be at the airport to catch the shuttle back to the hotel and what time you need to be down in the lobby to catch the shuttle back to the airport. So yes, the hotel has a shuttle. Absolutely. All right. So that's it, man. Look, we appreciate everybody that's in here, man. As always.
It is.
Shout out to the people, man. We love y'all. And to all my members, y'all know the motto. Practice.
Appreciate you.
Practice. Practice.
Yep.
We'll holler at y'all later.
Peace out, y'all.